This video is going to be dealing with set builder notation. Some of you are familiar with it, but some of you may have to go back and refer to what this means. Okay, so I'm going to write my set down and then I'll read it to you. Okay, so this is the set H. So H is the set of z's such that z is an integer and -4 is less than or equal to z, which is less than or equal to -3. So a couple things that you need to remember. This line right here, you read such that integers, those are going to be your whole numbers, their opposites, and 0. And then this notation right here, this is a compound inequality, but I can see right now there's the z, right? And so I can kind of picture where he is on the number line. So he is, if I read from the z, he's greater than or equal to -4, and he's less than or equal to -3. So this question asks for us to rewrite by listing the elements. Elements are just the people in a set, or the numbers in a set, or whatever's in your set. Could be people, could be animals, could be numbers. So we have some conditions. The first condition is that z has to be an integer. So what are my integers? My integers are my whole, or excuse me, this should have been natural numbers, sorry. My natural numbers, that's my counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're opposites, -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on, and then 0. So if you think about it on the number line, okay, it's all those whole number parts that you guys think of as whole number parts on the number line. So it would be the natural numbers, I'm going to shade the arrow, their opposites, I'm going to shade the arrow, and 0. So here's a little picture of what an integer is. So that's your first condition. It has to be an integer. Your second condition is that it has to be between or equal to, see the equal to's, -4 and -3. So if I think about that, so I'm going to take that little snippet of the number line. Okay, so here's -5, here's -4, here's -3, -2, -1. So this is saying z is less than or equal to -3. That means it's going to the left, so it's going this way. But it's also greater than or equal to -4, so it's going that way. So the only two possibilities for this one would be -4, see the equal to right there, and -3, there's the little equal to right there. So if I were to write this set out, it's a finite set, and it's the set containing -4 and -3. It only has 2 elements. So that's my first example. Let's look at another example. Okay, so this time I have a set T, and it's the set containing y such that y is an integer. Oh, we're back to that integer thing again. And y is greater than or equal to -2. So I have two conditions again this time. The first condition is it has to be an integer. And the second condition this time, it says it just has to be greater than or equal to -2. So we kind of already know what integers are, and we know we have to be somehow related to -2. So I'm going to make sure that I get -2 on my little snippet of my number line so you guys can see. So it's got to be an integer, and it has to be greater than or equal to -2. So that would be, you know, like -1 and 0, 1 and 2 and 20 and 200, you know, all those numbers over here. So it can be equal to -2, so I can include -2, and then -1 is greater than -2, 0 is greater than -2, these are all greater than -2, and I'm going to show you the arrow because it's going to go on, right? So now when I write my elements in my set, I'm going to write -2, comma, -1, comma, 0, comma, 1, comma, and since I had to shade the arrow, there was no limit on the other side, then I would put dot, dot, dot. Okay, so I listed 4 elements, comma, dot, dot, dot. And that's what you would put in to the answers.